Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories, a short message for grown-ups. If you would like a library full of bedtime stories at your fingertips, along with sleep sounds, guided meditations, and music for sleep, all ad-free, consider subscribing to Sleep Tight Premium. Visit sleeptightpremium.com to start your free trial today. A link can be found in our show notes. Thank you. Today, I am very happy to share a story with you, written and illustrated by Dory Durbin. In this book, Dog and Little Cat are the very best of friends. And one really great friend is all Little Cat really needs. But could it be that Dog needs more? When Little Cat notices Dog's growing friendship with Mr. Fuzzy, she feels left out. Little Cat studies Mr. Fuzzy to find out why he is such a good friend and realizes she can be a better friend herself. Little Cat Feels Left Out by Dory Durbin. Dog and Little Cat are the very best of friends. And one really great friend is all Little Cat really needs. But could it be that Dog feels he needs more than one friend? Ha 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 ha, Mr. Fuzzy, says Dog. Little Cat thinks so because one day she notices all the fun that Dog and Mr. Fuzzy are having without her. She hears Dog happily shouting while playing with Mr. Fuzzy. "Let's ride! Hide! Slide!" says Dog to Mr. Fuzzy. Dog and Mr. Fuzzy have become very close, and that bothers Little Cat. "Try a glide. Go wide, Mr. Fuzzy. Oops, collide." She calls out, "Hey, Dog. Dog?" But Dog is still talking to Mr. Fuzzy, and he's saying, "Mr. Fuzzy, you're my best friend." Little Cat thinks, maybe Dog didn't hear me? She tries again to get Dog's attention. "Dog?" But Dog doesn't notice. He is still busy talking to Mr. Fuzzy. "Oh, hey! Just a munch. Woof! All we need now is a quick nap." Little Cat is feeling left out. She wonders, think, think, think. Why? Why does Dog think this little blue toy is his best friend? While Dog naps, Little Cat will find out. Little Cat takes a closer look at Mr. Fuzzy. She can see that he has no blinkety blinks, glittery gears, buzzety buttons, and nothing mysteriously magical. So, how can this stuffed toy be Dog's best friend? It's quite true that Mr. Fuzzy is floppy, smushy, and squashy. But simply being squeezable doesn't make him a best friend. Perhaps Mr. Fuzzy and Dog love the same hobbies. You can see that Mr. Fuzzy tries hard, but it looks like he isn't much of an artist. Little Cat can't figure out why Dog enjoys hanging out with Mr. Fuzzy all the time. She keeps asking herself, why has Mr. Fuzzy become Dog's favorite friend? Little Cat thinks as she notices Mr. Fuzzy clapping his hands in front of her painting of Dog. She starts thinking, good friends share. Perhaps Mr. Fuzzy enjoys sharing? So Little Cat starts to collect a few favorite things to share. Little Cat stacks, scurries, and hurries. She says to herself, just gotta get. Suddenly she slips, yelling, "Oh!" She lands on Mr. Fuzzy, who breaks her fall. She says, "Phew, thank you." But now, Little Cat's favorite things are scattered everywhere. She exclaims, "Oh, Mr. Fuzz, now we have so much to clean up." In his own creative way, Mr. Fuzzy helps her pick everything up. And it seems like no work at all. Little Cat smiles when she sees their felt-tip marker mustaches, saying, "Ha ha ha, Mr. Fuzzy, you're so funny." By working together, Little Cat and Mr. Fuzzy can accomplish anything. She tells him, "Yes, you got this, Fuzz." Little Cat thinks Mr. Fuzzy is encouraging, helpful, fun, and trustworthy. Dog is still sleeping on the floor behind them, talking in his sleep. Little Cat realizes that Mr. Fuzzy is much more than just a toy. He is a great friend. All of a sudden, Little Cat hears a noise. "Mr. Fuzz!" It's Dog. Little Cat had almost forgotten he was still sleeping. Uh-oh. Little Cat hurries to return Mr. Fuzzy before Dog is completely awake. Dog partly opens his eyes and sees Mr. Fuzzy. Still half asleep, he mumbles, "Ha ha ha ha, Fuzz, I had the strangest dream. You and Little Cat." Dog wakes up and notices how dirty Mr. Fuzzy is. He shouts, "Wait! What happened to you?" Dog is upset, and Little Cat realizes how she can become a better friend. She says, "I'm sorry, Dog. It's my fault. May I help you take care of Mr. Fuzzy?" Together, Dog and Little Cat use soap and suds to wash and rinse Mr. Fuzzy. Then they dry him off completely until, ta-da! Mr. Fuzzy is as good as new. Dog is thrilled. He starts chanting, "Back together, birds of a feather." Once again, Little Cat feels all alone and left out. But then she hears Dog call out, "Little Cat, aren't you coming?" With a big smile, Little Cat answers, "Oh yes, here I come." Together, Dog, Little Cat, and Mr. Fuzzy romp and play all day long. Happily, they all agree. Two best friends can always become three. Good night. Sleep tight.